Hello, this is Julia from Avatar Academy, and today I want to talk about a very specific frustration that almost every English learner faces sooner or later. You understand English well, you follow lessons, podcasts, and videos, but the moment you listen to native speakers talking naturally, everything feels too fast. Words connect, sounds disappear, and suddenly you feel like you are one step behind the conversation all the time. What makes this situation especially frustrating is that you know the language. This is not beginner confusion. This happens at the B1, B2 level, when your vocabulary is decent and your grammar is solid. The problem is not knowledge. The problem is speed and how your brain processes language in real time. Native speakers do not speak the way English is written. They do not pronounce every word clearly. They reduce sounds, connect words together, and change pronunciation depending on rhythm and emotion. When you learned English through books, subtitles, or slow audio, your brain built a clean and organized version of the language. Real speech is not clean or organized. It is messy, fast, and unpredictable. Many learners react to fast speech by trying harder. They focus intensely on every word, hoping to catch everything. But this strategy actually makes the problem worse. While you are trying to understand one word, the speaker has already said 3 more. Your brain falls behind, stress increases, and comprehension drops. This creates a feeling of panic, even when the topic itself is simple. Understanding fast speech requires a different mindset. Instead of asking, "What did they say exactly?" you need to ask, "What are they doing right now? Are they explaining something? Are they reacting? Are they changing the topic?" When you focus on function instead of form, your brain stays connected to the conversation, even if you miss details. Another reason fast speech feels overwhelming is because your brain is still translating or analyzing structure. Even if you don't notice it consciously, your mind may still be checking grammar, word order, or meaning. This internal processing slows everything down. Native speakers do not analyze language while listening. They recognize patterns automatically. That automatic recognition only develops through exposure. Exposure does not mean forcing yourself to understand everything. It means allowing your brain to hear natural speech again and again, without pressure. At first, your comprehension may feel low, but slowly, your brain starts predicting what comes next. You recognize common phrases, transitions, and expressions. You stop listening word by word and start listening idea by idea. A very important skill when dealing with fast speech is learning to let things go. When you miss something, do not replay it mentally. If you do, you disconnect from the present moment. Often, the next sentence explains the previous one. Staying present is more valuable than perfect understanding. Fluent listeners move forward, not backward. Fast speech also affects confidence. When learners feel lost, they stop participating. They become quiet, even when they understand enough to respond. Over time, this creates distance between listening and speaking. To break this pattern, you need to accept partial understanding as normal. You do not need full clarity to stay involved in a conversation. Another challenge is that native speakers often assume shared context. They reference things indirectly, use humor, sarcasm, or unfinished sentences. This can make you feel like you missed something important. Instead of focusing on missing information, focus on tone and direction. How does the speaker feel? Are they serious, relaxed, annoyed, or joking? Emotional cues often carry more meaning than words. With consistent exposure, your brain begins to adjust its internal speed. What once felt impossible becomes familiar. You may still miss words, but you no longer feel lost. You understand enough to follow, react, and stay engaged. This is not perfect comprehension. This is functional comprehension, and it is exactly what fluent communication requires. It is also important to remember that understanding fast speech does not mean speaking fast yourself. Many learners believe speed equals fluency. It does not. Clear, steady speech is far more effective than rushed speech. Native speakers value clarity and connection more than speed. When you stop trying to match their pace, listening becomes easier. By the time you reach a strong B2 level, fast speech stops feeling like an obstacle and starts feeling like a skill you can manage. You stay calm, you follow the main ideas, and you respond when needed. You are no longer fighting the language. You are moving with it. If you want to practice this skill more deeply, you'll find a worksheet for this episode in our Telegram group, with exercises designed to train your listening focus and improve your ability to handle natural speed. You'll also find our Instagram link in the description for daily content that supports your learning journey. This was Julia from Avatar Academy. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.